disaster.
Action star Dwayne Johnson kept saying for more than a year that the order of power in the DC universe was about to change. Even though he was right, the change in the hierarchy did not work out in his favor. A recent report suggests that this could be because the People's Champion was too sure of himself and tried too hard to get his way. According to a source who spoke to Variety from the inside, Johnson held impromptu meetings that some people didn't like and made other demands that made some people upset. Variety says that he talked with the new CEO, David Zaslav, about the future of Black Adam after the other studio executives left. The source said, Dwayne went around everyone, which didn't go over well. Variety said, not long after Warner Brothers and Discovery merged in April, Dwayne Johnson directly pitched CEO David Zaslav on a multi-year plan for Black Adam and a Cavill-led Superman in which the two properties would intertwine, setting up a Superman vs. Black Adam showdown. Several sources say there was a meeting, but some played down any talk about Black Adam's future. We know the Man in Black doesn't have one right now because his one-man show in October didn't do well enough at the box office. With an estimated budget of $195 million and reshoot costs of up to $40 million, the $391 million global gross didn't make the movie a success or make it worth making more movies with Henry Cavill as Superman. Cavill would break up with his manager, Johnson's ex-wife Dani Garcia, but it was just a business decision and they got along well. The writing seemed to be on the wall for the relationship between Johnson, $7 and Warner Brothers as early as last summer. Reports say that the former's demands to lead the DC hierarchy became too much for the studio to handle. The actor had to work hard to get a producer credit on DC's League of Super Pets, but when it came out in July, he didn't do much to promote it. It came out at the same time as Black Adam, which he promoted more. Johnson did everything he could to get people to see Black Adam. He even used Superman to give away a little bit of the ending. Johnson insisted on a tequila bar with his Terramana brand at the New York premiere of Black Adam, even though the movie was rated PG-13, which seems to have been the beginning of the end. An insider said his demands went up, but the payoffs just weren't there. Paul Dergarabedian, a box office analyst, said that Johnson's passion project put him in a catch-22. With this much talent, you can't have a small budget, Dergarabedian said. Budgets match the amount of talent involved. A low-budget movie like Shazam is called a hit because hits are about making money. Shazam Worldwide's total of $366 million was less than Black Adam's, but it was still a good number compared to the $100 million it cost to make. Johnson tried to show that Black Adam made a small profit by showing good data and making a comparison to Captain America: The First Avenger. His data, on the other hand, turned out to be fake, which may have sealed his fate with DC and Cavill's as well. On a side note, it's ironic that they may no longer have a job at DC, but despite the actor's mistakes, Ezra Miller may not be after The Flash. Dwayne Johnson's latest project is a Christmas movie that is currently being filmed on New Year's Day, which seems like an odd time to do so. It's not clear if the actor plans to start his holiday fun a little early this year, but the fans know that his incredible work ethic has rubbed off on one of his co-stars, which is why J.K. Simmons has gotten so ripped for his role as Santa. A badass one if the pictures are to be believed. But under all the fake snow and mysterious pictures from behind the scenes, fans have been focusing on The Rock himself, who has managed to disappoint a lot of people despite his best efforts. The storyline of Red 1 is being kept secret, but that hasn't made people talk about and argue about the movie any less. The cast is already known, as are the producers who have put money into it. Hiram Garcia, who made Hobbs and Shaw, Red Notice, and Black Adam, came up with the idea for the script. And the cast is a who's who of Hollywood, with Chris Evans, Dwayne Johnson, J.K. Simmons, Lucy Liu, Kiernan Shipka, Mary Elizabeth Ellis, Nick Kroll, and Christopher Hivju, all playing important roles. After the actor posted a clip from behind the scenes on the set of his movie, Red 1, some people think that it too will end in death, just like his last few movies. Even though the movie had a good start, a good script with lots of action, the potential to be a happy holiday movie, and a talented cast, fans haven't been able to look past one major flaw. Now that he is the nominee for a new name, the DC Destructor, everyone is looking at The Rock. At first glance, the sets for the movie Red 1 look a bit empty. But when you look closer, you can see that they are actually a well-built building that looks like a hangar and holds, among other things, a sleigh that turns into the cockpit of a fighter jet when the camera moves to the side. The story of Red One is still a secret, but Dwayne Johnson's description of the movie gives us some hints. Johnson said that the movie was a mismatched buddy action movie with a real-life Santa Claus. He did this by comparing it to Hobbs and Shaw and Miracle on 34th Street. But the other movies he mentioned add more to the possible plot. The Rock's Jumanji sequels are also a sign that the movie will be about a clash of cultures between the real world and a fantasy world. Maybe Jack O'Malley, played by Chris Evans, is thrown into a more fantastical Christmas world where he meets Callum Drift, played by Dwayne Johnson. As for why Evans goes to this fantasy world, it might have something to do with the classic Christmas story about second chances. Dwayne Johnson also talked about the Christmas classic It's a Wonderful Life by Frank Capra when he talked about Red One. He did this to imply that one of the characters will learn what Christmas is really about and learn to appreciate what he has. The Amazon Prime original movie is set to come out in 2023, which means it will likely come out in the winter. Prime will probably want to build buzz and get people excited before Christmas, so Red One could come out in late November or, more likely, early December. For example, David Harbour's movie Violent Night came out in theaters on December 2nd, so the most likely date for Red One's release is December 1st, 2023. This will give families plenty of time to enjoy this unique take on a Christmas story during the holiday season. But despite everything The Rock tried to do for his audience, the legacy he left behind with Black Adam was a bad strategic move that led to a dark, forgettable dead end. Not to mention Henry Cavill's humiliating 2-month stay. I believe that for the DC Universe remake to be a success, they need a powerful hero. A new Superman, if you might say, to fill in the huge vacuum left by Henry Cavill. This was to be Black Adam, but it seems Dwayne and the DC Universe keep growing apart day by day. What's your take on the matter? Let us know in the comments below.